If you're in your 20s, avoid doing these 7 things. So, first of all, don't get a random girl pregnant, or don't get pregnant for a random guy. Now, there are lots of reasons for this. First of all, having a child that you're not prepared for can be financially draining, especially when at the moment in your life you don't have that financial capability to take care of the child. Secondly, getting pregnant for someone can actually change your career path. I mean, we've seen this a lot, especially with women when they are probably in school, trying to chase their education, but once they actually get pregnant or have unwanted pregnancy, they will now initially have to drop out from school, and trust me, something you wouldn't want for yourself. Now, going back to the financial draining point, the thing is, especially here in Nigeria, most women are the ones that take full responsibility of their unwanted pregnancy. So now the thing is, if you are a woman and you are struggling to take care of yourself, now how do you expect to now take care of yourself and a child, especially if you are struggling at that point? So it's something you have to try to avoid, especially if the father runs away from his responsibility of maybe joining you in taking care of you guys' child. So the best thing to do in this situation is to never be in the situation in the first place. So try as much as possible not to get pregnant for a random guy, and please don't impregnate any random girl, especially if you're not financially capable at the moment, and make sure you avoid any form of mistakes. The second thing you should avoid doing in your 20s is to make sure you try as much as possible to avoid bad influence. The one blessing you can have as a human being is having the ability to overcome peer pressure. I repeat, the one blessing you can have as a human being is the ability to overcome peer pressure. Because the thing is, we as human beings, or we are actually different people, we have different personalities. So the thing is, for us to be friends and for that friendship to still be there, we have to have similar things in common. So what do I mean? So for instance, if I love to watch movies and I have a friend that also loves to watch movies also, guess what? That movie will be the one thing that brings the friendship, the friendship more closer. That movie will be like a bond. But if I love to watch movies and you also love to watch movies, and I love to listen to music, and you don't listen to music, guess what? I will try to influence you to be a music listener, because I think you'll be missing out on not listening to music. Now, you might actually be friends with someone that you guys share good things in common with, but the person might have other bad habits that he or she might actually want to influence you into doing, like for instance smoking, drinking, sleeping around, cybercrime, just some bad habits that will probably might not align with your vision in life in general. Now, your ability to say no, I don't want to be influenced into doing such things, or I don't want to be part of doing such things that you're trying to influence me into, is one of the blessings that you can have as a human being. Now, another thing you should avoid doing in your 20s is gambling. Now, there's a statistics that there have over been 70% of people that have been involved into gambling in one way or the other in Nigeria as of 2025. So now, even me myself, I used to actually be addicted to gambling, but the thing is, I had to talk to myself, and I had to check my return of investment in gambling, and I noticed that I've actually lost more money than I've made into it. But the sad thing is, so many people are trying their best to try to retrieve the money they've lost one way or the other through gambling, and by then it makes them to lose more money instead. According to stats, Sportybet has been the most used mobile gambling app here in Nigeria. Their interface is so sweet to use, so easy, that it makes you always come back, and by then you lose more money to them. This is not like a sponsor ad or anything. Only a few amount of people that are making profit from gambling. Only a few amount of people that gambling has actually changed their life. And the thing is, so many people think, oh, no worry, my turn is going to come. but the truth is the odds are never in your favor. Stop investing so much time in gambling because you think, oh, all I have to do is just go onto the app, predict a match, and I get paid. It sounds so easy, right? It sounds so easy, but the thing is, the odds are never in your favor. Go and look for knowledge in other things that you can invest your time and your money in that can yield you results in the future, that you can be so proud of yourself that, thank God, I left this gambling addict of a thing or this gambling of a thing and invested my time in this, something that can be able to change my life in the future, and not wasting your money and your time in predicting matches that you might win today and you can lose 10 times in the future. Another thing you should avoid doing in your 20s is always playing video game or being a video game addict. Being a video game addict is even worse than being a gambling addict, because at least with gambling you have a potential of winning some amount of money that you can be able to use to do one or two things for yourself. But being a video game addict is just like wasting your time on something that has no value or that will bring no value to your life in any way. Now imagine you're now a gambling addict and a video gaming addict. To be honest, you're actually finished, because unless maybe you get paid from playing video game, which in Nigeria I don't think anyone maybe gets paid from playing video game. Even if there is, it's not even up to 5% of people that get paid by playing video game. Video gaming will actually make you procrastinate the essential things that you have to do for yourself, and I'm talking about maybe like school assignments, school projects, house chores, or even connecting with your friends in the outside world, because all you want to do is just be on your laptop screen or your television screen and just maybe play random games every time. I'm not saying that you shouldn't play video games, but what I'm saying is, don't make it be like a drug you need to take before you do anything. Like me, to be honest, I used to be a gaming addict. Like literally, I will make sure I play I will play game all the way till in the morning when I have to maybe go to class, and I'll not go to class and be sleeping. Or maybe sometimes I want to go to work, I'll play the game till in the morning and I'll be sleeping at work. Sometimes I even go to work and be playing the game. That will tell you how addictive video gaming can actually be. Like, to be honest, PES on my laptop has been my go-to game. Like, ever since I started playing PES, that has been like one of the best games I know I've played, and something that I was very addicted to. So I had to just look myself in the mirror and I was like, this gaming, you need to try and either you just reduce the amount of time you put into it and use that time and do something that will be beneficial in your life. That's why I just had to create a YouTube channel where I just make videos I know that will probably benefit me in the future. Being able to script, record, and edit videos for you guys has been one of my greatest addiction, and I'm very, very grateful for it. Another thing you should avoid doing in your 20s is procrastinating on important things. Whatever you do, try as much as possible to avoid procrastinating on important things that are really, really important to you, because at the end of the day, there's no time waiting for you or anybody. Let's say, for instance, you actually want to create a YouTube video, for example, and you now tell yourself that, okay, in the afternoon I will write my script. Now once it's already afternoon, because you have a video game to play or you have a match to watch, you now have to procrastinate and push the scripting to in the evening. Now once it's already evening, you now tell yourself, I'm already tired though, I will push this to probably the next day. And the thing is, you now keep finding excuses to push that thing that you were supposed to do, and for 2, 3, 4 months you have not done anything. You keep procrastinating on something that could potentially change your life and a huge result for you in the future. The truth is, the only way to beat procrastination is by just talking to yourself. You are the only one that can be able to talk yourself out of procrastinating. Make sure whatever you want to do is something that is very essential to you, and make sure it's your number one priority. That's the only way you can be able to beat procrastinating. Another thing you should avoid doing in your 20s is living above your means. Now, the question is, what does living above your means simply means? Well, it simply means when you spend more money than your current income. Now, if you actually have this habit, then you are in serious trouble. Now, let's say, for instance, now you actually earning a salary of 300,000 naira in a month. That is like 3.6 million naira in a year. And now tell me why you're renting an apartment for 1.5 million or even 2 million with a salary of 300,000 naira. Tell me why you're saving up for an iPhone 17 that is worth 1.5 million naira. Tell me why you're buying expensive clothes. Remember, you are just on 300,000 naira salary. Now let's say, okay, for instance, in a month, let's say in a year you are renting an apartment for 1.5 million and you are saving up for a phone of 1.5 million. That is, you will be spending 125,000 naira a month from your salary for the apartment you are renting, and also another 125,000 naira for the phone you are saving up for, and you will not be left with just 50,000 naira. Now, I've not brought light bill, I've not brought water bill, I've not even brought food stuff, emergencies there and there. And the thing is, you have already spent more than half of your salary. So, and now you have like 50,000 naira left. Maybe you want to actually save, to invest in something differently. Tell me, how do you expect to come about it when you already spent, more than half of it on your apartment and, a phone you want to just buy? What if the phone gets stolen? Because that has happened to me before. If you can't afford to, buy it twice, then don't just go for it. You don't need to be saving up for a year for a phone or something like that. Because if the phone gets stolen, it's going to actually hurt you very well. Now, you can actually maybe save up for something big. Maybe it's like a laptop you want to buy. Now, the thing is, the laptop is going to be like an investment for you. It's going to be an asset for you in the future, where you'll be able to learn skills that will, potentially bring money for you. Not buying, a very expensive phone just because you want to actually show off. Because unless you are like, a content creator where you probably want to, improve your camera quality, and obviously content creating is actually a job. Or if you're a mobile photographer, then that is fine, because you actually need to, upgrade your camera quality, and the phone is going to be a means of, investment for you. But you don't even like to take pictures, you're not a picture person, then why are you now saving up lots of money to buy, there are more expensive, so there are more affordable phones for 400,000, 300,000, even 200,000 naira. You can buy phones that you can just use. What's the need of buying super expensive clothes when you are on the salary of 300,000 naira? You are not a model. Tell me why you buying expensive clothes. Why? So what you should make sure you do is make sure anything that is not actually worth it or is actually a liability to you, make sure you take it away, so you can be able to use the rest of that money and invest in something that that will potentially make you leave your 9 to 5, and is going to actually grow up to huge results for you in the future. This is 2026. Please, let's be guided. Last but not the least, another thing you should avoid doing in your 20s is to have the fear of failure. Now, tell me, what are you actually afraid of? You're afraid of failing when you have not even tried. Because the thing is, many of us are actually blessed with life-changing ideas that can change our life for the future. But the thing is, once you now begin, and maybe in a short period of time we have not actually seen results, or maybe you just actually overthink it and be like, this will not work because it didn't work for this person, or because of this or because of that, you now start second guessing yourself. You now be asking yourself, is this thing going to actually work for me? But well, how would you know if you have not even tried? The thing is, most of us are actually afraid or ashamed that if you actually try to do something and it doesn't actually work, our friends are going to probably laugh at us. Tell me, why should your friend opinion even matter in the first place? Most of those friends that you think will actually laugh at you, trust me, they're not even as creative as you are. So why should their opinion matter to you? You are the only one that has vision to whatever plan you have for yourself in the future. You are the only one that has the painted picture. So even if you try to explain to somebody, you might look very stupid. But the thing is, that's it. You are the one that has your vision. Whatever you do, don't be scared to fail. But guess what? If you fail, that's actually a good thing, because you already know, this and this doesn't work, and by then you definitely have to come back stronger, and that that there are some things you have to avoid doing. So it doesn't make sense for you to have it at the back of your mind that you should fear because of you don't want to fail. Guess what? There's so many people, so many great people now you see, they have actually done so many things that have completely failed. And guess what? they come back stronger. So please and please, whatever you do, if you're in your 20s, make sure you don't have a fear of failure. Try as much as possible to do so many things. Don't be ashamed of yourself. At the end of the day, if it works out, you are the one that people will tell you, oh, congratulations, because they didn't see when you were back then struggling, failing. Because at the end of the day, it's workings that matters. Nobody cares, bro. So stop overthinking. I also made a video on people who are in their 20s and they feel confused. You can actually do well to check the video, and please subscribe to the channel.